Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back on the breakfast, this time talking about one of our favorite games from BGG Spring. It's Akropolis. Let's get right to the table and see what it's all about. This is such a sweet little game. It's Akropolis. It's got a great insert, great components, first player marker of course, and you start with this little tile. What we're trying to do is draft these tiles that are coming out. I have it set up for a two-player game with 4 tiles. You're going to draft the tiles that are coming out and you're going to place them inside your city. And there's scoring that's going to be available with each of the tiles. The blue, yellow, red, purple, or green. But the trick is that you only score the tiles if you have the plazas, which have stars on them like these, multiplied by the number of tiles that have that color that match that scoring mechanic. It sounds thinky, but it's not. It's really a pretty simple game. Each one of the 5 districts works a little bit differently. The blue ones are just trying to get a nice blob of blues all connected, and you multiply those by the number of blue stars. The yellow ones are trying to be solitary, so they don't want to be next to any of the other yellow tiles. The red ones are the ones that are on the edges, and they want to have at least one open edge around them whenever the game is finished. The purple ones are a little bit trickier. It's like the opposite. Instead of having an open edge, they want to be completely surrounded. So we've got those back and forth. The blues being blobs, the yellows being separate, the reds being on the edges, the purples being inside, and then you got the green ones, and they're the simplest ones to explain because it's just one for every one you have on your tableau. But there's a twist. If you can place tiles in such a way that you can take these 3, let's say that I have it like this, and then I place it bridging those 2 tiles. Now, any one of the tiles that are on top, that's a bad example, any one of the tiles that are on top are going to be worth double. So these 2 blues next to each other are now each 2 tiles instead of 1. In effect, scoring 4 if I can have any blue stars. The last thing to remember is that there is an economy. I can't just grab the tile that I want. I'm going to grab the tile closest to the little bucket here of bricks, and that one is free. The next one is 1, the next one is 2, the next one is 3. It's going to cost me these bricks that I have in possession. If I want to take this one, it's free. If I want to take this one, it's going to be 1. Now these do slide down, so the next player, it is a little bit cheaper. But once I place these in here, I've got to get a way to get more of these bricks, and that's by covering up these white tiles. So let's say that I drafted this one and I placed it in here. Not only is the blue and the red and the purple now worth a value of 2 instead of 1 because they're not on the flat part of the table, I've also covered up 3 white ones, and I can grab 3 stones to replace it. I've been able to get it up to as much as 3, but it's really tricky, especially if you go heavy on the yellow strategy. My wife also likes playing this solo game. There's a solo component where you're playing against an architect, and the rules are done really well. All right, that's Akropolis from Zizimic and designer Jules Massal. It's a fantastic little spatial puzzle for 1 to 4 players. We just can't stop playing it. Until next time, laissez, temps, rouler.